Hey y'all, I just wanted to talk a little bit about fostering. This vlog is going to be about fostering, about foster parent and caseworker relationships. I always say foster parent caseworker relationships is like a baby mama and a baby daddy situation. Both of y'all got to work together in order for this to work out. When you get case managers that are in their ego, that can't differentiate between the biological parents that put the child in the situation and the foster parent that is trying to help the situation, then we got a problem. I hear a lot. I'm in a support group for foster parents. I put it together myself. Me and a couple of foster parents, we get together and we have an outlet where we can help each other, support each other, vent to each other about things, because sometimes, you know, nobody, if you're not a foster parent, you really don't know what other foster parents are going through. You just don't know. If you're not a foster parent, you don't know. It takes one foster parent to understand the ins and outs and the good and the bad when it comes to being a foster parent. And this is what drives me to make this video. I am hoping that this video can be shared and liked and spread, because I'm trying to take open a band-aid to the way that a lot of the foster parents are being treated. I want to be a voice to foster parents that are being treated like 2- and 3-year-olds when we are professional. We've been doing this a long time. I can understand if you're new and you don't have life experience, but when you've got 10, 20 years of foster parenting under your belt, you kind of know what you're doing. I've dealt with a lot of caseworkers. I've dealt with a lot of children, and I feel I'm one of the luckier ones. I've only had 3 bad experiences, but I know that there's a lot of foster parents that's had way more. A lot more bad experiences when it comes to dealing with these caseworkers, case managers, supervisors. And I yesterday got my 3rd time being belittled, being talked down to, being disrespected, talked to like I was a child. And I am a grown-ass 50-year-old bachelor degree psychology major that I did on my own, as I've stated before, so that I could be a better foster parent. I am in school for my master's, and I will be getting licensure. I got into fostering because I knew that there was a lot of bad foster parents out here. I knew there was a lot of foster parents out here that just didn't give 2 craps. I knew there was a lot of foster parents that was just doing this for the money. I knew that. I saw how it was affecting the kids, and I wanted to make a difference. I didn't want to have more kids. I wanted to raise mine, and I figured that any other kids that I wanted to have, I'll give it back in this manner, taking care of kids that are being neglected, abused, unwanted. That's what drove me. That's what drives me. That's always what's going to drive me. Because what I look at is, when I get old, these kids that's running around here now will be the adults that will be taking care of you in your nursing home, shuttling you around on your bus, your PACE bus, the person who comes and clean up your house. What comes around goes around. So I wanted to positively impact as many children as I can, so that maybe one day they'll have at least one good memory, one person who they know loved them. And that's what keeps me going, even when days like this, when I be just like giving up. I never once said I wanted to give up because of a kid. I don't care how bad or how troubled they are. I've never once said I did not want to foster anymore because of a kid. But I have 3 times said I have had the thought where I was like, I should just give this up because of the caseworker. Because it's one thing, you can understand and identify with the pain of a kid. You can understand where the anger and the hurt and the disrespect comes from when it comes to a child. But I can never understand where the disrespect, the disregard comes from with the caseworker when it comes to dealing with the foster parent. We're supposed to be a team. I am not a servant. I am not beneath you. I am not somebody that you shit on when you had a bad day. That's just like I said, that's what reminds me of a baby daddy and a baby mama situation. You don't do that. It's just like you wouldn't want your boss coming shitting on you when all you're doing is trying to do your job. If you're asking a question and you need help and you need support, that boss, that person, your teammate, is supposed to be there to help you, to point you in the right direction, give you the tools and the resources that you may need. I've done all of that. I've even done more. Whatever I felt that I may need to help assist a child, I do. I help a lot of foster parents who grapple or may not have dealt with certain type of children. I understand that. I help them. But I'd be damned if I get some caseworker that want to half do their job, throw it all on me. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time now. So I'm pretty quick at getting stuff done. And I'm doing the work. And then you come and you tell me like I'm doing something wrong. Well, you knew this when you took the kid in. No, I didn't, because you never told me what the child's issues or problems was. I have to play psychic. I have to play Dr. Holmes. I have to play the doctor, the lawyer, the school teacher. You're playing you have so many hats when you're a foster parent, trying to figure out what's going on, because everything, sometimes you get good caseworkers and they'll tell you exactly what's going on, what to be looking out for, so you kind of know. And then you got some that just throw a kid like I had just happened. Put kids in your home, don't tell you anything about what's going on, and you got to figure this out yourself. Then when you start asking questions or telling them things that you're noticing, then they act like you should have already known this. No, you didn't tell me. I shouldn't have to hear this from other people, what's going on with a child, because if somebody else that's not even on your team can tell me something about this child that you should have told me, then that means that you withheld information from me, your teammate. How can I help the child if I don't know what I need to know to get the right kind of support in there for the kid? If you got a kid that's super violent, that child should have already been in anger management classes. If you got a child in your home that's been raped and sexually abused, that child should have already been in counseling. But they don't do that. They place these kids, let you figure it out, and then tell you that you were being negligent or not watching them properly because they displayed habits. Well, hell, that's just like saying you're sitting next to somebody, they say, here, you're going to be working with this person. They don't tell you that this person's a crackhead. They steal your purse, and they say, well, you should have been watching your purse. If you had your purse in the drawer and the crackhead took your purse out the drawer, they're going to tell you should have had it locked. Well, if I'd known he was a crackhead, I would have locked it. That's the part that sometimes it just frustrates me. It frustrates me. It really does. I don't get it. I don't get where that comes from, where the foster parent all of a sudden now is the bad person. When did the foster parent become the bad person? And when did we start just lumping all foster parents as bad people? I don't get that, but I know that needs to be fixed, because they're losing a lot of good foster parents. They're losing a lot of good homes that could help a lot of kids, because it's not, and they're not losing it because of the kids. They're losing it because of the workers, and that needs to be fixed. Peace.